How do we outlive every season? We need to organize ourselves, organize our families, organize our communities, organize our institutions, our nations, our governments. Unfortunately, I've got to say this, our governments are not organized. And you see, it is revealed in the place of crisis. Nations have to outlive seasons of crisis or seasons of life. As much as we might not have control over a crisis, there's one thing that every one of us has a control over. We have control over our minds or our thinking, because by this, we can choose the way we look or we perceive the event. The way you approach the event, the way you see it, will determine how you're peaceful or you will live in fear in the midst of it. Your perception, for as a man thinks in his heart, so he said, whatever you see a crisis as, that is what it's going to be. So your thinking is so vital, and that is why you need to keep a healthy mind. You need good information to be fed into your spirit, into your soul. You need to learn a lot of good stuff in order to have a different perspective that will keep you above the situation. As a man thinks in his heart, so it is. You cannot do anything beyond your level of thinking. And that is why I call something the dominion perspective. The dominion perspective is what you got to use to look at a crisis. Number one, you got to see crisis as an opportunity creator. Crisis creates opportunity for creativity. There is nothing that is being created in our world that has not been birthed out of one event that was out of our control. It makes you creative. It makes you think deeper. It will force you. That's why don't count it as as shocking or something like that. Rather, look for the opportunity in it. Most things that we've seen in our world today were produced in the midst of crisis. And therefore, inherent in every crisis are opportunities. If we can change our mindset towards that every time there's a situation, no, there's something hidden in it as well. Crisis places a demand on our potential. Crisis always the stretch that you have made that you never made. The things that you could have done that you've not done yet. It's untapped strength. Crisis will place a demand on the potential, and you got to understand that you have potent ability of the maker, of the manufacturer, of God inside of you. Crisis is always an incubator for leadership development. Crisis makes you grow. Crisis comes to test your beliefs and your convictions. What are your true convictions? Something is going to test it. And crisis is the place that really, what we call the rubber hits the road. And that's why true leadership is tested in crisis. True leadership is tested in crisis. The crisis doesn't make you a leader, but rather it brings out the quality person that is inside of you.